My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. Wow. It's not been long at all. I literally just finished playing. Now, I have an intense fear of Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine!
But if I've learned one thing, it's face your fears. Both of those are trash cards, so I'm going to be taking the Sunfury Protector. I'm going to try and draft a Rushdown deck. Power Overwhelming is really good for a Rushdown deck. Stone Tusk Boar. Literally, I'm only going to be going for, like, super rush aggressive cards. Except for Hungry Crab. I can't do that to me. Sea Giant, because I'll probably have a lot of things on the board. Fairy Dragon. It looks like it's trying to offer me a, That's crazy, though. It looks like it's trying to get me to play a Murloc deck. I'm not going to do that. Another Soulfire, can't turn that down. Ooh, Imp Master creates a lot of 1/1s. Yeah, I'm digging that. Leper Gnome, cool. I don't need Taunt on a 2/2. Just take a 2/3. Cult Master will allow me to trade a lot of my guys on that turn, so that's pretty cool. Drain Life or a Succubus. Succubus is pretty rushdown. It's a pretty big rushdown. The problem with the Succubus, by the way, is that because a lot of 2-drops are 3/2, a Succubus dies to a normal 3/2, where a lot of other things don't. I'll get a Drain Life, actually. Flame Imp. This looks like it's offering me the rush stereotype, archetype of, the rushdown archetype of, Warlock. And I'll do that all day. Hellfire for removal, yep. Demon Fire Leper Gnome? Acolyte of Pain? I think I'll have enough demons to actually buff up with Demon Fire, or I could use it as removal. But a Leper Gnome is such an aggressive opening, it helps me with all of my 1-drops. I guess Demon Fire allows me to use one of my small dudes to build higher rather than build wide. Another Soulfire. Ooh, another 3/2. I guess this guy's the cheapest one. Kobold Geomancer, considering that I have 3 Soulfires? Maybe? Maybe. Yeah, actually, that should be fine. It's like the poor man's Blood Mage Thalmos, actually. Need to keep up the aggression. Ooh, Felguard. Okay. So, I have drafted just absolute insane rush. What we need to do is mulligan really aggressively to get opening hands that are full of 1 and 2 drops, and then just fucking throw them on the board until we win the game. We do have 3 Soulfires as a possible win condition. We also have a surprise 4 damage out of nowhere from the Power Overwhelming. The problem is we don't have any higher end finishes, so we don't have like a Leroy Jenkins or a Argent Commander or Doomguard. Doomguard would have been really good as well.
Gul'dan versus
So we're going to have a lot of difficulty with Jaina, because a lot of our things are going to have 1 health. I mean, like, first turn, I'm going to play 2 things with 1 health. I want something better than that. Felguard is basically a 3/5. It's basically a Tazdingo that destroys one of your mana crystals. But because we have such an early curve, that's actually not really bad for us. Too bad, at least.
I can't do that.
I'm gonna do that just because it means that the Wisp doesn't die. How awesome is that? Also, it means a 50% chance that the Stone Tusk Boar doesn't die next turn. So pass your first turn, as it's natural for mages to do, unless they have a, Mana Worm. And if he has a Mana Worm, I'm going to cry all day. Oh, okay, coin. Fine.
X marks
That's gonna take out a lot of our stuff. I guess we just have to make peace with that. Oh no, it was the attacking with the wisp that made that sound. I guess I'm putting down the Felguard next turn, so he can kill one thing. That's okay.
I will enjoy watching you die.
Since he has 3 mana, there are very few things he can do to outright remove the Felguard. And I'm pretty happy about that, because it means, like, at the moment, it looks like he has to trade his whole board, plus hit it with Fire Blast. Perfect. Going for my face is not an option, friend. One of the problems we are going to have is, in a few turns, we will lose to Flame Strike. Yeah. Everybody's gotta die sometime. They still both die to the Chillwind Yeti. Okay, so if he plays a minion this turn, I'll actually be able to play the Sea Giant next turn. That's interesting. Problem is, it's immediately gonna get, you know... polymorphed. But, you know, it's interesting. One of the interesting plays you do want to keep your eye out for when you have a Sea Giant is, if you have a 1 mana minion, you can play that, and that makes the Sea Giant cost 1 less, so you can then play the Sea Giant as well. So it's kind of like playing a free 1 mana minion. And, for anyone wondering, yes, I do know that this, is very unlikely to succeed, but I just wanted to try it. I've seen so many people do actually surprisingly okay with some sort of a type of aggression archetype in Arena, and I wanted to see if I could do it. Maybe I could be one of those okay people. It would actually be correct for him to trade both, yeah. Never mind, he's on the ball. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Because now he's got a big dude that I can't deal with. So here's the turn where Flame Strike hits and, happens. If Flame Strike doesn't hit, I'm actually in an alright position. Not horrible. Not good. I do need to top deck a lot of Soulfires. In fact, more Soulfires than exist in my deck in order to win this game. Yeah, I understand that. We lose. We've lost. Yeah, I can't remove that.
So many.
Well, I can remove it, but I lose my whole board in the meantime. Yeah, I die. Oh god. Incoming War is Hell. If anyone does not get the reference there, I have played an arena as Warlock. I believe it was one of my first arenas as Warlock. It may be episode 16 or 17, not certain about that one. Called War is Hell, where I think I 1-3'd I don't think that was my first O3. I think my first O3 was Betrayal, episode 50. Go back and watch that one. I promise you it won't take long. I laugh so I don't cry. It's okay. It's okay. We were not expected to win that matchup. It was a mage.
Victory or death! Your souls.
Useful Brewmaster this early is not actually good. Yeah, Soulfire. I mean, Soulfire is good, and it's going to help me remove a lot of his really good early cards, like the Frothing Berserker, and maybe an Armor Smith if I find it too much of a challenge to deal with. But the possibility is just far too great that Soulfire discards Soulfire, and then I am infinitely sad forever. So, I guess Bloodsail Raider goes out next turn. What's the investment in terms of damage? 2 instantly available also allows me to deal with possible threats, versus 1 instantly available, another one available later. That's such a good trade, I should make it. It can only kill 1 of those, if any, so I'm not going to bother Soulfiring it. I want to save Soulfire for when he puts out something that can kill multiple of my creatures, and I'm going to be very salty if it does. Right? Like, if he drops a Frothing Berserker and then trades this... Oh, God. Please hit the 3-2. Sorry, the 2-3, not the 3-2. That happens. Okay, fine. If you don't want to trade, I don't want to trade. No one wants to trade.
Bring me steel.
Actually... I want the Master Swordsmith to survive, and the Acidic Swamp Ooze would get more than 1 target. Yeah, the Acidic Swamp Ooze would be able to kill the Master Swordsmith for free, and then move on to do something else. It does suck that I lost my second Soulfire. It's kind of like both of those were, you know, a 0 mana, deal 2 direct damage, so kind of like a double Soulfire thing. That can kill too many of my things. I have to kill it with the Bloodsail Raider. Yay! Anti-value. Also, 2 of my Soulfires are gone. I've got 1 Power Overwhelming, 1 Soulfire left in my deck as 8 emergency damage, and they could be hanging out at the bottom of the deck like they were last time. I mean, I got 2 of my Soulfires early, so I guess I can't complain.
I wonder.
Summoning portal open.
It seems like every time I try and do this type of a deck, other people just have early cards for some reason.
Hey, give me a minute. It marks the spot.
Go fuck yourself, card. Perfect. I've got a decent board. I mean, like, it seems like other people have drafted aggressive decks to the point that their aggression can match mine, and I have to start trading. That may just be my control sensibility, because I am almost entirely a control player. This is not my style. Imp Master buffs that guy. Interesting thing is, even though it buffs that guy, it's not going to be relevant enough to stop me from playing it. Because all that means is now it has the capability of killing the Frothing Berserker, but it's not going to, because he needs to remove immediate big damage from my board. The biggest he can do is by removing the Blood Imp, sorry, the Flame Imp, yes, which means his Frothing Berserker dies anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, does he survive at the end of that? No, he doesn't, because these 3 kill him. Even if he armors up. He has a total of 8 health, these 3 can kill him. Ah, okay. I see your play here. I'm really not sure what his play here is. I suppose he can leave himself on 1 health? Yeah, by doing that. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna be life tapping. Just in case I get something that saves me.
Shields up. Die,
There's no reason to even trade for his Frothing Berserker. He would have to remove both of my taunts before that Frothing Berserker being big would actually be something I have to care about. I suppose Brawl, that Frothing Berserker survives, would be horrible, but he doesn't have the mana for it. And also, such a slim, tiny, infinitesimally small chance that that would possibly even occur. So it looks like our aggression has won the day. Oh man, really wanted to play the Sea Giant. Just to show him that I had it. Actually, what the tap was is I was tapping just to see if I got the Stone Tusk Boar, and I could finish him with that. Pretty unlucky of him. He didn't really have any, like, big fuck off, you have to deal with this guy cards, like the previous one did with the, copying my Sea Giant and then the Sunwalker. Which is holy fuck. Shaman's gonna be a little bit difficult to deal with if he gets a lot of taunt totems.
Shall be mine.
I want 1-drops. I'll keep the Wolf Rider so that I can kill a pesky 3. That's a 1-drop. Now I want more. I can't argue. I've got a 1 and a 2 and a 3. I mean, I can't argue. I don't have a position for my coin. My coin does not work into my plan here at all. Also, because he has that totem... Because he has the Wrath of Air totem, a Forked Lightning here is horrible.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Oh, so he has to trade both of them for it? Yeah, that's okay with me. I mean, now he'll have to trade that and the Abusive Sergeant for my Fairy Dragon. Because unless he top-decked a 3-mana thing that he has as a solution, then that's what he has to do. Cool, cool. Wolf Rider, coin... Whoops! Bloodsail Raider. No. Can't do that. Oh, I so should've. I should've soul-fired the first version of that Harvest Golem. Yeah, just because that trade is so efficient.
Tazdingo! Yes!
I guess I can drain life and then soul-fire that.
X marks the spot.
That does guarantee that I discard soulfire, though. So we need to keep up the aggression. We've lost 2 of our soulfires. We still have a soulfire, and we still have a power overwhelming. Yeah. That's basically the state of affairs. Also, our Wolf Rider is gone. So Stone Tusk Boar remains as our only charge in this deck. And you have to hit that with your face. Cool. Don't get a Taunt Totem. Don't do it. It's not cool. Yeah. There's no reason for me to taunt up the Flame Imp. It just allows him to use his Chillwind Yeti to remove most of my damage. One thing that I do have to note at this point is I do know that Lightning Storm is horrible for me.
For the king!
I know that. It's just there's nothing I can do about it, really. That's really bad. If I get a Hellfire, I'm gonna use it, like, instantly.
I got this.
Man. Yeah, he can trade for my whole board and still have a good board. Poo. For some reason I thought that when I made the hit with the Sun Fury Protector, that was actually going to kill the Sun Fury Protector and I was going to be drawing a card. Little did I know, I'm a retard.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I hate that I have to do this. At the very least, he does buff one before he dies. That's actually probably the best position that he could have buffed. If I top deck a Soulfire, I'll hit him in the face before I, life tap. Shit. This, match can't go on much longer before I lose. Obviously. Can I think of anything that actually makes me win the game here? Not really. Alright. Okay, so what's that? 1, 2? 1 and 2? We got offered a lot of early cards. It's just, it seems like everyone we go up against has a lot of early cards. Like, the only big card that he played that entire time was the Molten Giant. And that's not actually based on mana, that's based on health. So it means that it's really good against rushdown decks. I don't know what's... Like, I'm trying to think back. I mean, that was a Yeti, but that's kind of like the biggest card he played. Other than the Molten Giant, I mean. Oh, and Tazdingo. Maybe that's enough big cards. Alright, so we're versing a mage. As I said, we lose. We have a lot of difficulty not losing against the mage. This opening hand is trash, scum, lose game, please, GG, remake. So I'm not going to hold on to it. Looks like we have a pretty decent curve here. And then Felguard. A Demon Fire on a Felguard would be really nice. That would basically make it a 5/7, which is a 5/7 taunt. Oh, come the fuck on. Really? Alright. How does everyone have an anti-aggression deck right now? It's crazy. Oh, pardon me, not an anti-aggression deck, an aggression deck. Looks like. Wisp costs 1. Oh, thanks. That needs to die. It just has to go. I mean, it'll slow down his aggression, but as a mage, a lot of his aggression is going to be through spells. Mine's not going to be through spells. So it looks like I may be able to play everything out of my turn and then use the Soulfire this turn. Oh my fucking god, of course. Insanity.
Die, land.
I'll trade that because it dies to a Fire Blast anyway. Gnomish Inventor, the reason that I picked one up, I think I may have picked two up. The reason that they were of such high importance is because a lot of problems you run into with aggression decks is you run out of cards. I mean, look at my hand. So what I need to do is try and stave off that as a problem by filling my deck with things that give me a body on the field and a card. So, like, Gnomish Inventor does that, Cult Master does that if I need to be trading for things as well. So I've lost Power of Whelming and both Soulfires. That's good to know. Probably Mirror Image if I had to guess. So.
Bring me steel. Bring me steel.
Mirror Entity, my bad.
Hey, give me a minute.
Okay, so Sea Giant goes down next turn. It's a shame that gave it to the Blood Imp, because that's basically going to be the only thing that he can kill this turn, because he can kill it with a Fire Blast. I lose this game if he has Blizzard, but the fact that he's done that tells me he doesn't have Blizzard. First off, because he can't play Blizzard with 4 mana, and secondly, because he can't play Blizzard, or if he wouldn't play Blizzard after, you know, that.
It's time.
Hey, give me a minute.
One really good thing about having this Sea Giant is it's actually given me a sort of insurance against him Flame Striking this turn, because if he Flame Strikes this turn, he loses. I end up with a 9/4 on the field. And then he has 0 mana and can't stop me from just, life tapping until I win? No. Well played. Interesting thing I could have done there is Stone Tusk Boar, run at something, Brewmaster at back, Stone Tusk Boar, run at something. That's an easy 2 damage. So 2/2. This has already gone better than War is Hell, and in War is Hell, I was trying to draft a decent deck. Whereas this time, I picked a Wisp. So you can tell, on some level, that I'm just having fun with it. But on some other level, you can tell I'm not having fun with it, because I swore.
Gul'dan versus Malfurion.
I must protect
Oh, it's okay, I'm fine.
souls.
You don't need to worry about me. I'm a big boy. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, Druid. So, if anyone's gonna play big dudes, gonna be Druid. Alright, so I don't have the coin. I'm going first. That's really good if I get a 1-drop. Okay, let me just drop my... Oh, okay. Whoops. Guess, never mind. Excuse me. Whether or not he plays anything dictates whether I'm going to choose to Yeah, I'll probably play the Bloodsail Raider. Oh my god, why do these both come into my hand at the same time and then I never see another one the whole fucking game? Ugh. It's infuriating. Okay, so because I don't have any 1-drops in this deck, at all, apparently, I'm gonna have a very difficult time in this game. Because I'm just gonna keep pace. I'm gonna drop, and then he's gonna drop, and then I'm gonna drop, and then he's gonna drop, and then suddenly he's gonna increase his minions in power. He's gonna, like, follow a ramp, and I'm just gonna still be dropping 2 3s, 3 2s, 2 3s, 3 2s until I lose the video game. Now, losing the video game is not an option here. It would make me very, very sad. Inside... Good trade. Fairy Dragon Blood Imp still dies. Fairy Dragon Blood Imp and... Panther? Imp Master? Soulfire. Don't discard the Imp Master. Fine with discarding the Soulfire in that case, because it allows me to keep a 3/3 on the board. And it means that when the Imp Master comes out, I'm going to be able to create a lot of really cool things. I'm going to allow a lot of really cool things to happen because I do have the Blood Imp. If the Blood Imp was the previous incarnation of the Blood Imp, which I believe is a 1-2 or a 1-1,
I am not a morning person.
Bounce this. Yes! If it was the previous incarnation of the Blood Imp, which was a 1-2 or a 1-1, I cannot remember, but it gave all minions plus 1 health. Not at the end of the turn, not a random friendly minion, it just gave all of your minions plus 1 health. Those were really cool.
Well played.
Basically, I mean...
My thanks.
I will enjoy watching you die.
So there's my Tazdingo. At the very least, next turn I'm going to be dropping a... I'm probably going to be dropping both of these, so it doesn't really matter that I lost that Mana Crystal. It doesn't look to be significant, is what I'm saying.
I wonder.
For some reason, drop something with 2 health and then end your turn. That would be beautiful beyond repair. Like, it would just be insanely good for me.
I hope you like my invention.
That's not 2 health. In fact, it's so little health that I'm not even going to bother draining life. Because it's only got 1 damage. Doesn't really do anything to my Felguard. I mean, it means...
Time waits for no one.
Yeah, it does nothing, don't worry. It's fine. I'm trying to think of all of the situations in which that could be, like, really significant, but there's such an abstraction from the kind of things that he's very likely to do that I'm not even bothered. Have 5 damage. Yeah, suddenly it was actually good. Imagine my surprise. So, Blood Mage Thalnos or Kobold Geomancer and Swipe ends my video game. Just because he has 3 cards left in hand, then he would have also a minion on field and a clear board, and I'd have 27 health.
What you looking at?
Okay, one big dude is actually pretty good. Because one big dude...
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
He's just one big dude.
Fight your own battles.
He can hit a lot of things, but it's just one big dude. He can play big dude after big dude as long as none of them have taunt. Which I know is a problem, because this turn is turn 7. He could play an Ancient of War with 10 health. And then next turn, don't even get me started on next turn. Next turn he could play a Ironbark Protector, an 8/8 with taunt. Those are bad things that could happen to me. They're realistic things that could happen to me. I guess I just need to keep attacking to victory. And hope that he doesn't have taunts. Because my way of dealing with taunts is, at this point,
Silvermoon
Not
shall
good.
Not fall.
the fact that he hasn't already played the taunt tells me he doesn't likely have one. And the only 3 mana taunts that I know of, I can get through pretty easily.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Yeah, do that if you like. I don't care.
Ready to ride.
Give me a minute.
The reason that Bounce Master is interesting is because I could possibly bounce back the Wolf Rider. So, I want to place the Sun Fury Protector in such a position that it protects a lot of things, right? This would have to be killed with 2 things. Unless that one...
So many possibilities.
There's nothing really that I can actually protect doing that. The only reason I'd want to use the Sun Fury Protector right now is if it saved me from lethal. And the likelihood of him having lethal this turn is actually pretty low. He's got 13 damage showing on the field, 14 if he uses his hero power, and then 6 damage. 6 mana. So I guess, what would do it? Double Savage Roar? Would mean that he'd have 14 plus 16. Yeah. Yep, Double Savage Roar would do it. And that's about it. I mean, I could think of Innovate plays that he could do with Innovate plus a bunch of other cards, but those are just so wildly unrealistic that, again, not entirely worth even debating. So the best thing he can do here, for me, would be not taunt, and not... shit. Be able to remove all of my stuff. At this point, I do need my final Soulfire, or... that doesn't even do it. I need my final Soulfire and something else, because he armored up.
X marks the spot. Shields up.
So I still do have a Soulfire, and I believe I still have one Power Overwhelming in this deck. Hang on, did I have the Wisp play this game? Oh, all of the games are blurring together. I'm not certain. I do believe I still have Power Overwhelming in this deck, though. I'm just gonna fire rocks at him. It'll be okay. He can remove everything on my board. And because of how aggressive I'm being, that's probably the correct play to trade a 7-2 for a 2-3. Especially considering I am a, Glowdown. Fucking hell. Alright, so he'll be back up to 8 health by the end of this turn. I'm firing a lot of rocks at him, but they're not doing damage. It's a little bit frustrating. So things that would give me victory need the Sun Fury Protector to stay on the field, and me to life tap into the correct card. So, no. Okay, it's fine. I understand. Okay, so...
Job's done.
3, that's a total of 10 damage. He has 21 damage showing on the field at the moment. And this guy will slowly get bigger. Basically, I need Power Overwhelming and Soulfire. First off, that's non-negotiable. I need both of those cards. Chances he has lethal are actually pretty high. He just needs 3 more damage and then he's got it. Power Overwhelming and Soulfire. Although, now I do have one guy here. Oh, that's... yeah, well played.
Well played.
Man.
Well played.
At least he didn't slow roll me. He just took the time to count and then went through, proceeded with all of the damage that was necessary to murder my face. So... Imps. Soulfire. Yeah, Soulfire. Considering how many times Soulfire discarded Soulfire, I'm just gonna call this Soulfire. That was a huge waste of 150 gold. Dear God. Okay, so, episode 58. Right. If you like the video, feel free to click like. If you dislike the video, feel free to click dislike. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I've been Rhapsody, that's been Hearthstone Arena episode 58, Soulfire. We've been playing an aggressive Warlock. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well. We went 2-3. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, and we'll see you next time. God fucking damn it.